everyone, welcome and a very good afternoon. You're watching Closing Trades on ET Now. I am Snehi Shah and we're going to take you through the last leg of all the market action that we've seen through the course of the day in the next hour and a half. To sum that up, the Nifty 50 has been consistently gaining. It's a one-way upside for that one, and almost at the day's highest point is where the Nifty is right now with almost a 1% gain. We're comfortably above the 24,100 mark. The broader end also showing solid support. You have the mid-cap index that's up by 1.5%. The small-cap index is also up about 2%, so looking very, very good over there. You have the India VIX that's cooled off a further 6.5%, so looking very solid on that front as well. On a sectoral level, all the sectors are in the green. Pharma, realty, media, IT, all of them are doing well. And Nifty Pharma is the top sectoral gainer because, of course, the gains that we've seen in Sun Pharma today, that's the big story of the day. Sun Pharma's management tells ET Now that they have clarity on regulations regarding biosimilars and the pipeline will be developed over the next 6 to 7 years. The Organon deal is expected to close by early 2027 and the acquisition could nearly double Sun Pharma's scale, with management highlighting synergy potential despite a rise in debt. My colleague Sajid caught up with the management to understand the synergies. Here's a bit of that.
I think more important is geopolitical situation is uncertain, but what we looked at is what we can take as a risk and what we can do with the asset is equally important. So if I look at this acquisition, combining both Organon and Sun will become like a big company across the globe, and we'll also have an opportunity to commercialize large number of our product across the markets. So there is never a perfect timing. The timing would always be challenging, but you have to take some decision at a point of time when you feel it's the right decision for the company.
Jayashree, Sun has been growing top line at 10-11% CAGR for last 3 years. We haven't seen that kind of growth coming in from Organon. When you say the combined entity will be more than $12 billion, are you going to stick to that kind of 10 growth rate that the street is used to?
Well, again, a good question from you. The point is Sun will continue to focus on its growth on the standalone business. At the same time, there are enough opportunities for us to rejuvenate the portfolio and the growth for Organon as a business. There are opportunities to play in a larger global scale. There are products of Organon and of Sun which can be cross-pollinated across the markets. And I think there is also a huge opportunity for us to look into pipeline assets which can come in because of the scale that we would be able to become a partner of choice for many of those who have these assets. There are several growth engines that we can look at together as a business. So I think that will actually help us as we go along.
Kirti, women portfolio and biosimilars, two big ones and which growing at good rate for Organon. How do you plan to leverage that for Sun?
Sure. I think as I explained in the morning, there are three parts of Organon business. One is the women's health business, which is mostly innovative, and then there is an established brand and biosimilars. So currently biosimilar business is growing by 13%, and there are a large number of biologics which are losing LOE in 2035. That will also help this business to grow further. Coming to established brand business, which is not growing and which is 50% of the business, where we can add new products. As an example, we can add some line extension, new formulation, new combination to make this business grow further. And on innovative side, as I explained, there is a good opportunity for us to in-license products in women's health. Women's health itself is a big opportunity. It's a big market, about 30-35 billion, growing at 5 to 7%. And there are more than 100 pipeline products which are under development, and we will have an opportunity to license some of this product to make this business also grow. So I feel that all three businesses, we need to look at it, how do we grow them from where they are today.
Jayashree, from integration point of view, how will you be able to integrate such a business, because it's almost doubling of your entire size from $6 to $12 billion, even EBITDA and profitability from that point of view. What is the kind of key challenge that you foresee with respect to integration, and what is the timeline for that integration?
Look, Sun is not new to acquisitions. We have acquired Taro, Ranbaxy in the past and integrated well, and the results are there to see. We believe that we will set up an integration office which will start immediately. From now till the time of closing, which could be about 9 months, we will get into further details in terms of assessing the talent, looking at opportunities in various markets, cross-cultural assimilation, so on and so forth. All these large mergers will always have some challenges, but what is more important is to foresee them and work towards looking at how we can alleviate them. And when we go with an approach with an open mind that there are going to be a lot of strengths in the new company that we are acquiring, that itself will give a good room for working together.
You spoke about innovative drugs where the entire combined entity will go from 20 to 27% of the revenues going forward. What is the opportunities which you are seeing there? Are there drugs in the pipeline that would come in there? Where will Sun bring in its expertise in terms of innovative? Because you also have a sizable portfolio of 20%.
Correct. See, today the Sun's portfolio is 20%, and the combined company, the innovative business, is going to 27%. And as we said in the past, we are focusing on how do we grow the innovative business further. So from that perspective, the way I see is there are a couple of products already been in-licensed by Organon. They will get launched in next 2 to 3 years. And we are also looking at what else we can in-license to make this portfolio to grow further. So if I had to look at the innovative business, it would be in 2 to 3 parts. One is a women's health, where there is a good opportunity for us to in-license product. We already have a dermatology portfolio like Illumia, where Vitama from Organon gets added. And then we have ophthalmology and oncoderm. These are the areas which are growing. So as I see, the innovative part of the business will keep growing further from where it is today.
Biosimilars is something where you haven't actually invested much in India because you were awaiting more clarity on the future of biosimilars. Now biosimilars comes into your play through Organon. Do you now see yourself as a very aggressive player in that market once the combined entity comes in?
So I would say there are 2 things happening in biosimilar. The regulatory environment is changing, and the regulations in coming years are becoming simple. So the investment required for you to in-license biosimilars and commercialization will go down. Organon is helping us with the commercial platform. So globally they have ranked 7th, and the opportunity of biosimilar is quite big. Just to give you as a sense of what the size of the opportunity is, there are almost $320 billion worth of biologics are patent expired by 2035. So by that time, even 20% of that get converted into biosimilar market. The opportunity size is 60 to 70 billion. So it will depend on the current portfolio and how do we in-license biosimilar products from the partner so that this business continue to grow. Today it is growing at 13%, but it can also grow further from 13% onwards.
Jayashree, what about the margin profile? You are holding a margin of 30-odd%. And Organon doesn't have that kind of margin or a little lower. Then how do you look at that profile?
Both the companies have comparable margins. Our EBITDA margin and their EBITDA margin is slightly higher than ours. They report adjusted EBITDA. Okay. And I think both the companies together with some of the measures that we are looking at growing the company as well as leveraging the lean and efficient ways of working, which Sun is known for, we believe that the EBITDA margins will continue to remain healthy.
How about the inter-servicing there? Because they have a huge debt on their books and which you will be refinancing in any ways. The refinancing will be ring-fenced, I am assuming. How will that change their profile?
See, both the companies generate sufficient cash from operations. About $2.5 billion is the annual cash generation as we see. And with some of these measures which goes towards improving the growth of Organon and also looking at some cost synergies that could play in the next 2 to 4 years, I think there would be sufficient cash for us to focus on repayment of the debt. Sun has been a very disciplined player. We have never had such large debt in our books. We will make all efforts to ensure that the debt servicing is happening and the debt repayment is happening well on time. Having said that, on a debt EBITDA basis, it's still at a 2.3x, which is pretty normal for a company when you look at the size of an acquisition.
And what is a comfortable level for Sun from a net debt to EBITDA? Because Sun is a very conservative company as far as debt is concerned. As Mr. Singhvi said, he's debt averse, he's not risk averse. So what is a comfortable level of net debt to EBITDA for Sun on a combined basis?
So we would like to be cash neutral, cash positive. But as Mr. Shangvi also guided, when there's time when we have to invest, it's about the ability to take some amount of risk, borrow funds for the right cause.
Organon has not been growing at the same rate as Sun. But you're talking about growth levers which are there, women, innovative, biosimilars which is there. How much of investment will be required by Organon to push that growth?
Sure. So I think there are 2-3 parts of it. Means whenever I'm talking this investment, it's not everything coming through in licensing. Say Sun also has an existing product portfolio. I will give an example. Say we have a complex generic products in the Europe and we are not able to commercialize because we don't have a retail front end. So like there is an opportunity for us to sell the Sun's existing product and the new products under development through Organon. And there is opportunity for us even to sell the Organon product through Sun. So these are the low-hanging fruit where the existing product portfolio under development and commercialized products can be leveraged across both the platforms. And then come the investment part, which we can do mostly for innovative business in terms of licensing of the product.